welcome to Seth's Daily Podcast. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. We got a podcast now with Chasing the Graph. Me and Chasing the Graph have teamed up, and we're doing weekly podcast every Sunday. And we're blessed enough to have an interview with country music singer Larry Wayne. How are you doing today, sir?
But I'm doing good. Glad you guys have me on.
Definitely, man. We appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, it was a pretty good present for Easter. I wasn't expecting that. I ate too much food, so hopefully I can breathe.
Chasing the Graph, you can ask him your questions you got for him.
Cool. So as you can kind of see behind me, I have a decent autograph collection, and I've built a brand, I guess, teaching people about collecting autographs and anybody who wants to get into it. And I try to set myself apart by asking people who get asked for their autographs about their autograph experiences, because we all ask for these people, you guys, to, sign our hat, shirt, or whatever else, but no one asks you guys anything about your autograph experiences. So that's where I've tried to set myself apart. And I've got three simple questions, and it's meant to be fun and lighthearted. And I ask everybody the same three questions because, like I said, it's supposed to be fun. The first question is there anything that comes to your mind that you can think of have you ever autographed anything weird or unusual or out of the ordinary that you can think of?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I was at a show one time and some lady wanted me to autograph her boobs. I was like, can I just autograph your shirt? I was like, because when you take a bath, because I hope you take a bath, that's going to wash off.
Yeah, personal hygiene would have to come into play if that's a request.
That was pretty intense. I was really, I didn't know how to respond to that. So I'm holding this Sharpie, because you're going to hold it normal, but since it's on her boobs, I'm holding it like this, trying to write. It was, I didn't know how to react to that.
Yeah. I imagine it's like, you're just like shirt after hat after like
right.
Or whatever, and then the boobs come along and you're like, hey, whoa, now let's what are we doing here?
I'll never forget it. I'm telling you, I'll never forget that.
That's awesome though. And the second question is, at any point when you were a kid growing up, or even now, have you ever been denied an autograph from someone that you can think of? Because that's a crusher as an autograph collector, is when you get denied.
No, I don't think so. Honestly, I've actually never. I don't think I've ever asked ever. Anybody.
That's awesome too, and I'm sure that the people who get handed every day appreciate you not asking, because that's one less person they've got to worry about.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the third one is my first, my personal favorite question to ask you guys is, if you could have one person's autograph, dead or alive, hundreds of years ago or present, whose would that autograph be?
Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah.
That's he's the reason I wanted to start singing, man. I like vinyl. I always loved the sound of vinyl. And my mom bought me a Queen record. It was my first vinyl. And man, I don't know. I heard his voice and I just loved to listen to his tone and the way he presented a song and the way he just carried the band, as a front man. That's the whole reason I started singing. And unfortunately, he's not with us anymore, but I would love to have his autograph, not because of monetary value, just for my personal self,
And that's kind of the thing that I love about that question, is because it usually leads to a story like that, as you going back to your mom and collecting the vinyl and the sound of vinyl that you love, and that's usually something that question invokes. And that's why it's my favorite question, because I get to kind of learn a little bit about people like that, and then it kind of, some people have to think about it, so it kind of puts them on their toes a little bit. But I mean, you spouted that one right off.
Oh yeah, I knew. That's my go-to. Like, he's my favorite frontman, favorite vocalist. I mean, pretty much he's it to me. I mean, I know I do country music, and rock music and all that, but that would be the only guy. I mean, everybody else, there's all kinds of fabulous singers and basketball players, football players. I love sports and stuff, but he would be the only one that I would want. Everybody else, it's like, man, whatever, you know. But
Yeah, if they walk by you, you'd be like, hey, what's up, man? But that's about it.
Yeah, you know, I got to hang out with Aaron Tippin on his bus and stuff before a show, and one of the most fantastic people you ever meet in your life. You know, I took pictures with him, but and every once dawned on me, say, hey, ask him for autograph. I mean, because again, you know, we do this. I've listened to a lot of his music. I don't know, but I'd turn into an instant fangirl if I got if I got to meet Freddie. Be like autograph. Everybody else is just like, whatever. But him, that would be the thing for me.
That's awesome. I love that story. Like I said, that's why I asked that question, because I usually get a pretty good backstory to something else. And we just got to learn a little bit about you just right there, and about how you got started and why you are doing what you do now, and a part of the reason for that. So that's awesome. I really appreciate you answering those questions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, the about autographs, I've been asked to sign autographs, and every time it's like, why do you want my autograph? You know, I mean, I don't feel like that. I don't feel that. I don't know. I don't deserve that honor to give an autograph. I just don't. I don't feel like I'm good enough, and I'll do it because it makes me happy that they want it. But at the same time, it's like, I ain't nobody. Why do you want this for? You know. So
that and it's such and obviously no one's really ever asked mine. Somebody asked mine one time, but it was like joke or whatever. I was interviewing wrestling legend Don Kernodle. I don't know if you remember him or not.
yes.
We did the interview together, and we were in a coffee shop, and he brought a picture to sign for me, obviously, because it was about autographs. And he had an envelope they were in, and he was like, I'm not gonna let you leave here without getting your autograph. So it's more of a joke. Yeah, it's just like one of those like small things that it doesn't seem like when someone asks for your autograph that they're saying I appreciate you, but it's kind of one of those ways of saying it as well.
Right. Yeah, it is. It's just a weird thing because I don't know. I don't guess anybody ever figures they're going to get to the point where people is going to want their autograph or want to take a picture with you. And when it happens, you're kind of just like, don't know how to really react to it. You know, I still do. Like the other night, I had a show last night, and they a group wanted a picture with me, and I'm just still, as many pictures as I've taken and stuff like that with people, it's still just kind of, I don't know. It's weird. It makes me feel a little tiny bit uncomfortable. Not that they want it, that I don't know how to respond to it. It's like I've had to learn how to smile like on command. I used to couldn't smile, and so now it's like somebody says picture, and it's like instant smile.
It's kind of like one of those I forget, like command phrase where somebody said something and you do it, you just don't, and you've done it so much you don't even think about it.
That's the way it is. But I mean, you get really used to doing it, but at the same time, I am genuinely tickled to death that somebody wants a picture with me, because I'm like again, I ain't nobody. To me, you know, I'm just me, but it just makes me so happy, and I appreciate them wanting to take a picture of me more than them wanting to take it with me. It just makes me tickle to death. You know,
That's freaking awesome, though. 'Cause, I mean, obviously there are some less than nice, you know, singers, football players, or anything like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, and you know, to hear you say that, and to hear your perspective of the proposition of getting asked for an autograph, I mean, it's just that's the kind of stuff to me that makes it worth it, and why I collect, because there's that memory attached to it, that I saw this guy, a country singer, at a show, and he signed this for me, and I remember that show, and I remember him.
Right. Well, a lot of these people forget where they came from. And when they get, in my head, when you get too good to sign a t-shirt or take a picture with somebody, I don't care if you've done 20,000 or 20 million. If somebody asks for one, you do it, because those people are what's paying your bills. Those are the ones that put you on the record label. They're the ones that got you signed, those little fans. It ain't yourself. You didn't do it. You're not good enough to do that on your own. It took other people supporting you, and, you know, other people seeing that support. So you turn your back on fans and just be like, nah, I'm not doing that, then you don't deserve to be where you're at, in my book. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and That's another one of those things that I always wonder about, and it's not anything I ever ask or anything. It's like, as someone who gets asked for their autograph, and it's like when you turn someone down, it's like, why? What, like, are you too busy? Do you just not care? Are you just at the point where you're making enough money that that one person not buying your music or listening to your music anymore isn't a big deal? And so hearing your perspective on that end of it, it's
When you get to the point, do you think you've made enough money that you don't have to sign an autograph or take that picture with somebody? You need to quit and get out of the public view, because the public put you there. And if you're not going to take care of the public that put you there, you don't need to be doing it anymore. You need to just stop, because you're slighting them. They paid your bills. They pay your electric bill, your car payment. So quit treating them like crap. I don't care what kind of day you have, and they put you where you're at. You didn't do it. They did it. So you need to smile, take the picture, and sign the autograph, go on about your day, and that's what I liked about Elvis. Didn't matter where he was at. You watch all these films about Elvis. Didn't matter if he was right in the middle of the street, people come up to him, he'd take rings right off his hand and give them to people. He would sign autographs, take pictures and stuff, and he never didn't do that. And that's why people loved him, because he was a good man, and he understood where he came from. A lot of artists and ball players, and I've met some pretty crappy ones.
yeah.
I won't say any names, because that's my personal feeling. So I don't.
Yeah.
But I've met some pretty crappy ones. It's like, wow, you're a douche.
That's awesome though. Yeah, and obviously I'm not when I ask for like a singer's autograph or a football player, I'm not on the same level as them. And I could see where, like, you being, a singer, being around singers, just being like, why are you like this?
Well, everybody's on the same level to me, because I don't care if I'm at a show and I'm the singer, somebody comes up and asks my autograph. I don't know what they do, but they may be the best timber cutter or the best block layer that's ever been. So into my head, they're just as important as I am. I'm just doing a job. That's all it is. I ain't no better than nobody. I'm just doing a job. I'm essentially working. That's what I do. So I don't try to put myself above anybody. I just want to make a living and hope everybody enjoys it, and not feel that I'm better than anybody, because that don't get me nowhere. I didn't do this anyways. The good Lord gave me my gift, so I know where I come from, and I'm not going to get above my raising.
I think if I talk to another probably 400, let's just say, musicians, I don't think that they'd probably, I could be wrong, but I don't think that they would just be as straightforward and as humble as you come off right now.
Well, like I said, the Lord gave me what I've got, and I don't want to be better than anybody. I don't aspire to be the greatest. I just want to be with what I am. And if he'd have wanted me to have any more, he'd have gave it to me, and I'm okay with what I have. And so I want to treat everybody the way that I'd want to be treated. I'm not better than anybody. So, that's the way it works. And I see a lot of people that just walk around with their nose up in the air, but my papa told me, if you're like a turkey, walk around with your head up in the air, you'll drown. So,
I think some people could take a lot away from that, for sure. That saying, for sure. Yeah.
I've met a bunch that thinks they're, I don't know, getting a little too big for their britches, but whatever. I mean, that's their business. If that works for them, fine. That don't work for me.
That's awesome, though. I definitely appreciate you answering those questions, and even going a little bit further and, talking about how you feel about getting asked for your autograph and everything else. That's one of the things that, like, kind of like with like a minor league baseball player or something, you don't get to hear how much they had to pay for their agent or how good their agent was, that kind of thing. So you just going that extra little bit, I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, you got to watch me, buddy. I'll take off in the left field and just start rambling.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Listen, I can talk all night. That's why I'm a singer. I like for my mouth to move.
Thanks for a good interview.
Yeah. But there's a lot of weirdness that goes on with the people that think they get in a position of notoriety. I've played with people that's not famous like myself. I'm not famous, but I don't really care about the fame. I just want to make money and help people. but I've been around many people that's at my level, and even at my level, I'm just like, why are you such a douche for? I'm like, just, why, won't take time to greet people or smile at somebody or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that works out for people.
And I think a lot of people, they remember more the time that someone they might have liked or looked up to was rude to them, maybe more than they would remember. I mean, of course, if like, someone meets their idol or their hero and they talk to them or get their autograph, they're going to remember that, obviously. But I think it might stick with them a little more. Somebody who was rude to them or shot them down or told them to F off or whatever.
Oh yeah, well, it goes back to that old saying. I've heard it a million times. You can do 1,000 good things for somebody, but the one time you don't do something for them, they'll remember that before they will all the good you did. So, and that's me. I'm not perfect by no means, but I try my best to be good to everybody every time I go play. I don't care what's going on with me. When I walk through the doors, I'm there to do a job and to take care of the people that came to see me, and I make time for them and smile and do my job. And then when I go home or get back in the truck or whatever it may be to leave, that's when I just be like, oh, terrible day, So I don't know. I enjoy it. It's a good. I don't know. I really like it. I like the big part of meeting new people. That's what I really like. It's just seeing all these different people, and when you see them smiling, or they're, even if they don't dance, if you just sit around just watching them, they're tapping their feet. You know what? I'm doing my job. That's all I'm trying to do is just make their day. They maybe have the worst day in the world, and if I sing one song through the entire night that makes their mind go somewhere other than where their day has been, and give them a little relief, every bit of it was worth it. If it's just the one person that I touched, that's worth the whole show to me, just to make somebody feel better and enjoy themselves.
That's absolutely amazing. And I don't want to say that most people do it for the money, but it sounds, I definitely don't, I don't get that vibe from you, that you just want to see how much you can put in your pocket at the end of the night, and that there's
many nights that I go in the hole. I mean, we'll drive. Where was that show? We did a show a couple of weeks back, and I did it because I want to play and want to be and entertain. And I think we made gas money, maybe. But it was worth it because I got to play in a whole different venue. I got to meet different people, and by the end of the night, they were wanting me to come back. They were ready to book me right then, and I met people that liked me. I created new fans and stuff. So that's, George Strait taught me one thing. He said, I did this for 12 years, living in a van. He would sleep on a cot in a van. He said, there's going to be more shows than not that you're going to go in the hole. He said, trust me. He said, you're going to about starve to death. He said, but if you're in it to make a living right off the bat, he said, quit now. But if you're in it for a career and you want to do and put a smile on people's face, he said, keep going. Suffer the losses, suffer the going in the hole, not making the big money. He said, put the money completely out of it and just concentrate on writing good music and having a good performance. And he said, and it will pay off eventually. So that's where I'm at. I don't mind to go in the hole. I don't mind to spend $50 in gas to go to a show and make 10. I don't mind to do that because of course we need money to pay bills, but I'm looking 10 years down the road. I'm not looking at right now. I'm looking at 10 years down the road, what it will be if I sacrifice right now and put the effort in and take the losses and all that, what it's going to be later. That's what I look at. So I just want to play music for people and make them smile.
How has COVID affected your concerts and stuff?
Oh my God. I think I canceled when they did the first lockdown last year. I canceled right off the bat. I think it was like 37 shows right off the bat. I was brutalized. I was like, oh my God. And then I had a date. I was supposed to have done the the Opry, Kentucky Mountain Opry. And I was going to start on that. April 2nd was my date, and they had to cancel all that. So everything.
That's a big deal too.
Yeah, like I was working through the Kentucky Mountain Opry, then working my way from that down into the Grand Ole Opry, and all that just went to see it. I was like, well, but then I said, you know what? It gave me time to, I mean, it cut a lot of shows out, but it gave me time to work on new songs and write new songs, because I was consistently 4 or 5 nights a week playing, and I really didn't have any kind of time to sit and write and downtime. So it gave me time to write and to hone my craft better. And I did some traveling. I did some stuff with Chris Bentley of Sunday Best. And
yeah, that's a big band, man. That's a big band around here in Eastern Kentucky. They're real famous, man.
Yeah, so me and him went to Missouri and did some stuff in Tennessee, and I got to do a little more. I stayed consistently busy. The good Lord kept me alive. He kept me afloat. I mean, I obviously didn't have the shows that I would have, but I didn't do without. The good Lord kept me busy. So it hurt me, but not as much as it did everybody else, I don't think. Because I looked around, and it seemed like everybody I knew, or on Facebook or on media that I was looking around, they just wasn't doing anything. And I was pretty much staying busy every weekend. So I was happy about that.
Here in Eastern Kentucky, things definitely shut down for a while, man. You couldn't even go inside a restaurant. You had to order takeout. You had to go at a certain time during the day to like a Walmart and stuff, because they had like senior citizens hours and stuff.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they've had it's been like I said, I went to Tennessee, and it was crazy down there playing. Everybody had to set certain places and wear a mask and do this and that, and then had to be closed by a certain time. We went to Missouri. Now, when I went to Missouri, I can say that was different. Their governor was totally different. He was like, we don't care, whatever. So it was wide open at Missouri, you know. But for the most part, everywhere else has been, I think it's turning for the better, though, now. Everything's starting to open back up, and I sure hope so. Good Lord. The entertainment industry and stuff has suffered bad. Yeah. This has been bad.
So do you have any new music coming out here soon?
I wrote a bunch, and all the studios and stuff said nope. So everything was shut down, and I was gonna do some stuff with the Mac and things, try to get everything recorded, but everything's been shut down. So I just been writing and rehearsing them, and we've been playing them out. When I go play, do a show, I've been throwing them into my shows, because I don't have them actually like professionally recorded yet. But I've got 2 or 3 new ones actually on top of the other ones that I'd already written. But I think they're going to be pretty good. That's kind of I got one that's a Caribbean tune. I don't know why. I just felt like writing something with like an island feel to it. I wrote that.
Has Eastern Kentucky inspired your music?
I'll tell you, be honest with you, my music's a little different. I don't write a traditional, like say what these country singers and everything do. I mean, I'm not knocking everybody else. That's not what I'm saying. I don't write about, everybody's going out and partying or their 4-wheel drives, and I don't do that. I write pretty much about love, somehow, shape, form, or fashion, either heartbreak or love gained, because there's all kinds of negative influence in music, but not enough positive influence. I mean, the last country crooner that we've had was Conway Twitty. The good heart-wrenching, songs. Nobody else since then has really done that. So, and that fits me, and that's where I like ballads. I always have, and so that's how I write. Just kind of that wishy-washy, lovey-dovey stuff. And all the guys, they'll hear it and they'll sit back with me, a stone face, like, I don't want to hear that old lovey-dovey stuff. But when they get in the truck, they'll cry to themselves, because they can feel it too. They'll hide it, but they can feel it.
That's funny. Yeah, you're absolutely right, though. It's kind of like,
I've done it.
Men liking love songs is like people liking Nickelback. Everybody loves Nickelback, but nobody will admit
it. That's a fact, man. I mean, it is what it is, but that's how it is. I mean, and the way I look at it is, like I said, there's enough negativity. I want to do positive music. And plus, I like writing for the ladies. I'd rather write songs for the ladies because, you know, I was raised to respect women and stuff, and I ain't gonna lie, I love women. I mean, they're sensitive and tender, and I like to write songs to them. So in my mind is if I get them involved and get them excited about the music, their boyfriends or husbands will be excited too, because they'll be like, I want that shirt, or I want to download that song. And he's like, all right, here's your money, go do it. So, I mean, you know, I've heard that all my life about playing music. If you get the girls to follow you, the guys will follow too, because they're going to follow the girls. So
Yeah.
that's the way I play. I don't know. I just like heartfelt music. I don't know. I don't write about coal, or I don't know. I just don't feel inspired like that. I mean, I love the mountains. I love East Kentucky, but I don't know. I think love's more important. You know, even in the good Lord said the greatest commandment of all is love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, to me, that's what I want to get across is we see enough murder and death and destruction and everybody hating everybody. And that's why I want to sing songs about love and just happiness. That way, maybe it'll brighten somebody's day, and maybe it might change somebody's train of thought and actually just help. If it helps one person, I'm okay with that. Just one. You know, I don't have to know it. I don't want no credit for it. I just want to help people. Is all I want to do.
Maybe your music will even get that guy that's sitting in his truck by himself and no one else around, and give him the courage to ask that girl out, or
well, yeah, I mean,
marry him or whatever.
I mean, I could sit and probably talk all night how music has helped me at different times of my life when I've had different problems, and you hear a song that you probably never paid attention to before, but at a certain time in your life that you flip the radio on and that song's on there, and you're just intently listening to every word in that song. And at that moment, that song means everything to you. You may not ever listen to that song again, but for that few minutes, 3 or 4 minutes that song was on the radio, that absolutely just pushed you into a better place. And, you know, that's why I want to write the way I write. But, you know, whatever. I don't know, you know, it's just the way I am. I don't know. I guess that'd be like a tiger trying to say I don't have stripes, trying to deny itself, because I know how I am and I can't write any other way. I've sat down and tried to write this modern, like, beer drinking, jacked up truck party anthems, and it don't work. It does not work for me. I can't write that stuff. I mean, it's just not there. That's not my soul. I guess I'm a big softy. I don't know. I just like love. I like positive music.
So you said Conway Twitty inspired you the most out of anybody in
yeah, because he would take those songs and sing those love songs, and buddy just tear your heart out with them. And you could tell that he genuinely felt what he was singing. And that's another thing on my writing. I could write, if somebody handed me these songs like a modern type country song about beer drinking, I could sing them. I wouldn't enjoy it because I won't sing songs I don't feel. I gotta feel it and believe in it, you know, and relate to it, because I feel if I don't, I'm just not doing it justice. So I'd rather just sing what I feel. And that's what I liked about Conway. He would sing from his heart, and you could tell the emotion. You can watch artists on stage. You can tell if they feel it, if they're really feeling what they're saying, or if it's,
and if they care, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't, if they're there, if they're just going through the choreography and going through the motions, you can tell. I want to be every song. I want to feel it from my heart, because if I'm not feeling it, the audience is not going to feel it, and I'm wasting their time and ripping them off. I've taken their money for nothing. If I don't believe in what I'm doing, if I don't believe in the songs that I'm singing, why should they even want to come watch me or believe in me? So I'd rather do stuff that I believe in.
Do you have any? Yeah.
Sorry
about
that. I don't care
that.
to be that sappy guy. I don't care to be sappy. I'm all right with that.
Do you have any upcoming shows?
Yeah, I got to play actually in Pikeville at Broken Throne Brewery Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, 7:30. Those are some nice people over there. They are fantastic people. I met them for the first time there a couple of days ago, and I think it was Wednesday or Thursday one last week. I don't remember, but it's going to be a good time. My first show there, and so we'll see how it goes. I hope
Yeah.
everybody enjoys it.
I'm actually in Knott County.
And on Knott County,
Yeah.
okay. Got some show. I got a show in Hazard coming up. I think the 1st of May. I can't use my calendar because I'm using my phone for this at the time. So I should have wrote some of that stuff down so I could cheat sheeted it and looked at it, you know. But yeah, I've got some shows coming up pretty close, and I've got some in Richmond, some in Tennessee. I'm working on some in Chicago. We'll see.
That's impressive.
Yeah, a lot of driving. I've wore out a good Silverado, buddy. I'm telling you what, I've absolutely wore that truck out hauling band equipment and traveling all over the United States in that thing.
Is that show in Hazard going to be outside, or is it going to be at the
No,
Forum,
it'll be in.
or?
You know what? It's supposed to be inside, but they do have like a luau, like a little tiki bar thing out back. So, and they had a stage. I went out and looked. So it may end up being outside, which would be pretty cool, being in May.
I might try
But
to
yeah,
come to that, man.
It's called the Fork. Believe it or not, this is the name of it. Fork
Fork
and Table.
Yeah.
They messaged me and wanted me to come play, and I was like, "Is this a real place?"
It's a restaurant in Hazard.
Yeah, but man, they're super nice too. It's not really big, but man, they're nice people. They're really
They
nice.
got good food.
I didn't get to eat because when I go play a show, from the time I walk in, I don't eat. I don't eat anything because I don't know. It just feels like it lays up in here. It makes me hard to sing, you know. So I haven't got to eat their food yet. And by the time I get done singing, usually these places are grills closed. So I'm eating out of a gas station by the time we leave or something.
Well, Chasing the Graph, do you got any questions for him, or?
The only other question I could think of is you saying that you do write about the sappy love ballads, which I'm an absolute fan of. I'm 33 and I have no problem in admitting that I love my wife to death and she's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And I don't know
Awesome.
if anything ever happened to her, but is there something like a breakup or like a girl in the past or your wife now that has inspired you to write that way, or was it just mainly the way Conway Twitty delivered it?
Well, I listen to him some, but mostly it's just like of course we've all dated girls. Yeah, I've had plenty of good and bad relationships, a lot of bad. So I've learned a lot, and I've sat back and just when I wanted to start writing, I knew what I wanted to write about already. I wanted to write about love, either lost or gained. And I pulled from that stuff that I went through, and then like with my current relationship and stuff like that, I use things, how the emotion that I feel with that on some stuff. And then one of the songs, like that Caribbean tune I wrote, I used that from my own experience when I grew up in North Carolina, and by the coast. So every spring to fall, all the tourists come. And all of us guys that live there was just waiting on those tourist girls every year. And so you'll find one and they'll be there for like a week or 2 weeks. Well, then so you're a kid. Oh, I love her. Oh, instantly, I love her. And then you're having such a good time this whole week or whatever it is, 2 weeks. Then she has to go. So it's kind of a build up at the beginning of the song, and it's like, oh, at the end of the song, heartbreak. So that's how I pulled the Caribbean one off, just the experiences of growing up around how that works out, those touristy type relationships and things.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Those are like the songs that I love the most, those kind of right there.
And make you go back to like when you was younger and stuff, when you met like your first crush and all that.
Yeah, because when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I love her. And then you look back now, you're like, wow.
That was 6 hours into it. What part of North Carolina are you from? Because I'm actually from right around Greensboro. That's where I'm at now.
Oh, Southport.
I know exactly where you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, I spent a many day on Oak Island, man.
Oh And yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about. I'm about maybe about 30 minutes west of Greensboro. That's where I
Yeah,
live.
well, since you're from down there, then you picked up on the accent already. I still got a little bit of it. Certain words I can hear it in my own head because I'll talk to my brother who lives down there, and I'll be like, do I sound like that still? You know, it's just certain, and especially when I'm singing, there's certain words that I just cannot articulate them no other way. They come out just Southern. That's just the way they come out, no matter what.
You get that North Cackalacky in there.
Yeah. Oh man, I ain't heard that in a long time. That's yes, yes. Yeah, I lived just on this side of Oak Island, like before you cross the Beagle Bridge. I just lived probably a half a mile back from there down a place called Fish Factory Road.
Wow. I had no idea. What a small world.
Right. And now I'm up in the mountains of East Kentucky, which I was born here. You know, I was born in Kentucky.
Oh, what part are you from?
Well, I was born in Leslie County.
That ain't too far from here. It's about an hour, I'd say.
Yeah, I was born over in Hyden. Yes. So I was born over there and raised over on, well, early life. I was living over in I lived a little bit in Wooten and some in Siles Rock.
Yeah, I've heard of Wooten.
Bob Fork, Siles Rock, and then mom and my parents split up and we went to North Carolina.
What's your Facebook, by the way? Your Facebook page so people can keep up?
Oh, it's Larry Wayne. Yeah, they just go to Larry Wayne, and then the Instagram is I think it's official Larry Wayne Music, but it's just Larry Wayne. That's all. Just short and sweet. Easy to find. There can't be many more of me. I mean, there ain't many people who hopefully don't have the name Larry. I hate that name. It sounds ancient. It sounds ancient, right? I feel like I ought to be 150 or something like that. That's not even a modern name.
And we actually have a treat for our viewers, man. Larry is actually going to sing us a song that he's wrote, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out soon, right?
Man, I sure hope so. Oh my God, I've been sitting on these songs so long. I'm telling you, I feel like a hen on a hot rock.
Well, people
I've been wanting to record them so long. See, my thing is, I'm not a tech whiz, so I have to rely on everybody else to do this. And when everything's shut down, it's like, well, that done that. So we'll see. Hope I've tried to get this thing adjusted to volume wise.
What is this? What's the song called you're gonna play?
The Place I Want to Be. I hope this is. Can you hear that?
I can. Sounds good.
Okay. I hope it's not overbearing. I run all tube amps. I don't have anything but tube amps, and it's like on like half of one. That's as low as I can get it. We get it. This is one of my favorite ones though. Lying here beside you, and you're a million miles away. Though we said it was over, I want you to stay. So lay your head on my shoulder and tell your dreams to me. And darling, you're forever the place I wanna be. But sometimes love ain't easy. It can bring so much pain. all my sunshine. Leave me in the pouring rain. So lay your head on my shoulder and tell your dreams to me. And darling, you're forever place I wanna be. Though we've had a hard time, and love has grown so cold, I need you here by my side to have and to hold. So lay your head on my shoulder and tell your dreams to me. And darling, you're forever the place I wanna be. So lay your head on my shoulder and tell your dreams to me. And darling, you're forever the place I wanna be. And baby, you are forever be the place I wanna be. And that's it.
Heck yeah, that was freaking phenomenal.
If my if my voice would have cooperated, it is still pretty tired from last night.
Good job, man.
I like that one. That's I've wrote a couple songs. I write weird. Sometimes I'll just be sitting around like this. This last song that I wrote, it's wrote around 2 notes. I accidentally did some kind of weird slide, and I liked how it sounded, just that slide, like, and I was like, well, I want to use that in a song. So I went through every song that I had, trying to find a spot to use that. And I couldn't, and I got frustrated. And I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll just write a song around that whole little slide. And that's what I did. I wrote an entire song around that little slide. And then I was like, well, now I got to come up with words to it. So I wrote an entire song around 2 notes just because I liked it. But
You did a good job, man.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
We appreciate
said,
you doing it, man.
My throat feels like I swallowed a chestnut bird, but I had a long night last night and then up early this morning. I ate too much. But it was a good Easter. Did you guys have a good Easter?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good.
What about you,
I'll tell you
Jason?
what.
What
I
about
bet
you,
the next
Jason?
time I do, I bet next time I get a better chair. This drum throne is not real comfortable.
Did you have a good Easter chasing the graph?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I took today to open the pool this morning, and then spent some time with the family and ate some dinner tonight. That was my day, right?
Man, we ate so much food. Oh my God. It is ridiculous at how much food people eat on holiday. And the thing is, you shouldn't eat that much, but it's so good and you feel obligated to eat it all. And then you just lay around for like 2 hours, like, oh, I can't move. I've ate too much. Yeah, right. Going to like a little miniature coma. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it all recording gets to come out pretty soon. I'm just waiting, see how things work out.
Can people find your music on iTunes or like Spotify or anything?
That's where it's going to be. I'm going to put it on, have it on every downloadable outlet that's possible if I can ever get it recorded.
It's a hard process.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but I don't know. It'll be what it'll be. I mean, I don't expect to be like super famous or whatever. I just want to get it recorded. And, if it never goes anywhere, at least I got that done. And if anybody does like it, they'll have that. And it's like, it'll be like a little milestone for me. At least that's done. And I'll have that for the rest of my life, so.
That makes sense. Absolutely.
I just want it done properly. I mean, I know I could probably sit around here and do it with a phone and do or whatever nowadays with the whole band and whatnot, but I want it done right, and I want to have it arranged. I want every part of it arranged correctly. I want to sit down and go through the whole thing like, Skinner did or Queen or any of those guys with George Strait. They just didn't go and everybody sat down and said, all right, let's just do this song and be done. No, it was all arranged. That's what makes good music, is you take the time to arrange it. Every piece is right where it needs to be. And, and that's what I want to do with my music. I want to make sure I'm real anal about that. I want to make sure it's just as best as it can be. I mean, as possible, because obviously I'm not the greatest singer in the world or the best guitar player, but it's going to be the best that I can make it, so that's what I want to do with it.
Yeah, make it authentic.
That's the reason I do what I do. I got my own sound. I know I play a lot of country music and I hear it all the time. Well, you need a Telecaster, one of those Fender Telecaster guitars or an acoustic guitar, and you need a Fender amp. Well, obviously, I'm playing a Marshall amp and playing a Les Paul because that's my sound. That's what I like.
That's what you
I
want to do.
I want to be different than anybody else because I want to have my own sound because there's too many of everybody else. I want to be me.
That's what we need in country music today and in music in general. We need people that want to be themselves and not other artists.
I mean, I understand that there's a formula that everybody goes by, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But music to me right now is broke. It's already broke.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to just fall in line like a bunch of cows following the same path. I don't want to do that. I want to do my own path, and I want to do my own style. Somewhere between Skinner and George Strait, right in there, right in the middle. Because I like rock and roll. I like country. I like classical. I like about anything. But I had to find myself a little happy spot that I was comfortable with, and I found it. My tone and my style. And no matter if all the cover songs I do cover songs too, it don't matter. You'll know what it is, but you're like, well, that's kind of different because I have my own tone and my own style that I put in it because like if I cover a Skinner tune, if everybody wanted to hear it note for note, just like Skinner, well, they could buy it or go to Skinner concert. They come to hear me. So they're going to hear me play my take on a Skinner tune, So I think that's what music's lost right now is the individuality. People's just trying to be like everybody else. And I think it would be much better if everybody would do their own thing and come up with their own sound.
And be themselves. Yeah.
Because you can grab 50 artists right now and take all the
Sounds
vocals
the
out.
same.
You take the vocals out and listen to the music, and you would swear it was pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And then when you do put the vocals in it, there's 2 or 3 subjects that they have, like, I don't know, their subject matter is real small. It's limited. It's all pretty much the same. And I don't get it. I mean, I think they need to go back and listen to some 80s and 70s music, and you could have 100 bands and every one of them sounded entirely different.
All they
know,
talk
so-
about is beer nowadays.
Oh my God, I reckon. I mean, Jiminy Crickets. I understand people like beer, but gee whiz, I mean, you surely find something else to sing about. I go sing about like a 3-legged dog or something before I do that.
Oh, and they talk about their truck as well.
I know. I like I said, it's up to them. They can do whatever. If it works for them, fine. That don't work for me, not at all. Because that's just, it's like static. It's just the static and just, I don't know. It's non-emotional at all. I mean, I don't know if I've ever, and I love my trucks. I've have a few hot rods and stuff, but I don't think I've ever one time in my life been emotional over a vehicle. Not so much. If I had, I would have immediately said, something's wrong with you. I mean, that's nothing to be emotional about. Okay, you got a lifted truck. Good for you. I'm glad. Thanks.
I used to work on cars for a living, and a friend of mine, he did too, but I did like the engine repair and stuff, and he did body work. And he'd text me sometimes and be like, "Oh my God, there's a car show down at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We got to go." And I'm just like, man, I look at cars 7 days a week now. I don't want to look at a car after work.
I did that for a while. I started working at a shop. I worked in a service center and I used to love to, build cars and stuff like that. And I worked there for 3.5 years. And after working there, it's like, nope, I don't want to touch one. Stay away from me.
If you've seen one car with 4 doors and 4 tires, you've seen them all.
Yeah, it took a lot of the, when you have to deal with that every day, it takes a lot of that allure that, oh, look at that pretty car. It takes a whole lot of that away when you got to look under the hood of one every day.
You're absolutely right about that. Man, my friend of mine, he'd be like, let's go to this car show, that car show. And I'm like, no.
No, it's like, nah, I look at them all day. I don't want to fool with it. Stay away.
Yep. Nailed it.
It is. That's the way it is. But I was talking about this today, matter of fact. I said, if I didn't have my music career, if I wasn't actually trying to pursue that, my dream job would be to work for Gibson in Nashville. That would be my dream job, is to work in the Gibson factory in Nashville, building these fantastic Les Pauls and these SGs. I wouldn't know how to act if I got to see all those guitars every day, because I mean, I am like the biggest Gibson fanatic on the planet. If it don't say Gibson on the headstock, this old boy won't play it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. That would be the only other thing that I'd be a fangirl over that. But it probably ended up being about like I was when I worked on the cars. I loved them so much, and after I had to look at them every day, I was like, I don't want to fool with it. It probably make me want to quit playing guitar or something other.
Oh, no, we can't have that.
No, I've that thing right there is my baby. I don't know. I've got other guitars, but over there, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. This one right here, I've got it. It's broken in. I mean, you can look at the back of the neck. I've played the daylights out of this one. The paint's all rubbing off of it now. Well, this one is one of one. I had another one that I bought brand new from Gibson, and I played a show outside, and it's black, of course, and it got extremely hot that day. The glue under the fretboard that holds the truss rod melted, and the neck did this. It just bowed. Well, they couldn't fix it. So I have a friend that works in the custom shop in Nashville, and he texted me and said, they can't fix your guitar, which, of course, you buy a new one from Gibson, it's lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
So he said, we're going to have to hand build you one because I don't know what just happened. Oh, I said, we're going to have to hand build you one because we're not making left-handed, because I'm left-handed, solid body, non-push pull pot Les Pauls. Take about 4 months. So when they got it done, he sent me all the documentation. I said, you send me everything available on that guitar. Because if it's going to be one of one, in 20 or 30 years, that thing's going to be my retirement fund.
You got that right. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's I named her Elvira because BB King had Lucille. And I named her Elvira after, I don't remember if everybody ever remembers Elvira on that old TV show. She was the Queen of the Night. That's her name, Elvira.
You can't hear Elvira without thinking about the Oak Ridge Boys.
I know. That's the reason I try to explain. It's not that Elvira, please.
Not that one.
No, I got a guy. He's actually doing a mural for the back of the guitar. It's a big picture of Elvira. The whole back of it's going to be her, Elvira.
That's going to be pretty awesome.
It is. I like it. That's pretty cool. But what's my phone keeps doing? Oh, yeah, my battery's going dead. That's what's up. Wow. This has been fun, guys. I've had a blast.
We appreciate you being on, man.
Oh, it ain't no problem, man.
Absolutely, definitely. We appreciate you playing for us for sure.
Oh yeah. You all have to run me off, but I can play all night. I mean, I can just sit and play if my voice wouldn't so wore out. Cause I knew as soon as I started singing, I was trying to hit some of my notes and it said, nah. I was like, that's good. I'm tired. I should have plugged the charger in is what I should have done. I just got it sitting on this table, not charging, so whatever.
Once your music comes out, hopefully once COVID settles down and stuff, if it ever does, we will have you on to promote your new music coming out.
Heck yeah, I'll be buddy, if I can just ever get it recorded. I mean, even if they don't want my voice, if somebody likes the song and wants it to record themselves, I'm okay with that too. It's because to me, it doesn't have to be me singing it. It's the message in the song that's important. It don't matter who's singing it. So I'd be all right with that too.
I know there's a studio in Hazard that is recording right now.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, it's I interviewed a rapper yesterday and he records there.
Oh, that's cool. Do you know the name of it?
It's called Cave something. It's in Hazard. I can send you, they have a YouTube page. I can send you whenever I can find that page, I will send it to you.
Okay, absolutely.
I know they're still making music there.
Yeah, because I was kind of
great studio too, man. There's been a lot of great artists record there and stuff, man.
Yeah, I've been waiting on the MAC, the Mountain Arts Center, but it's kind of been sketchy down there. Everything's shut down, so. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do something pretty quick because I was talking to my drummer and one of my guitar players. I was like, man, I got to get this stuff in the can, get it recorded. I was like, God, I feel like I've been sitting on it for 10 years.
They also have a studio in Breathitt County. I don't know if you're closer to Breathitt or Perry, but they got one studio in Breathitt and one studio in Perry. It's called Cave something.
Yeah, I'm closer to Perry County. I can be to Hazard in probably an hour or so, maybe. Something like that.
I'm gonna try to look it up right now.
Okay.
For you.
Me.
Because we definitely need to hear that music come out.
Man, it's about drove me crazy waiting. I'm telling you, it is absolutely about to kill me. I need to find a chord.
I think it's called Fat Cave Studios.
Fat Cave Studio. I don't know if I've heard of that before. I'm trying to look to see where my phone cord is so I can plug my phone in so it doesn't go dead right in the middle of this. I know it was. Let me just a second. Well, I'll find it here in a minute, I reckon. There it is. Or, man, I thought that thing was full charge, but I guess it was not. But anyways, oh my goodness. Sorry.
I think that it is in Perry County, Fat Cave Studios. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it might not be.
We'll yeah, I'll check them out because man, it's been really tough because I had all those songs. And well, you know what? I'm kind of glad that it got held up because I actually got 2 more I wrote 2 more in the meantime, waiting on the virus thing to go away. So it gave me time to write some more stuff.
It is called Fat Cave Studios. It is one in Jackson and one in Perry County.
Okay. All right. So I got the phone plugged in, so I didn't go dead. I should have done that earlier, but I did not. If it don't take off and fall on the floor now. Whatever. Stay there. But yeah, it's there's been a lot of it's about killed. I know a bunch of artists right now, a bunch of friends of mine that's plays and they did not get as lucky as me. They pretty much had, I know one of them, I bet he ain't had 3 or 4 shows since COVID. So I was a lot more fortunate than a lot of other people. The good Lord blessed and kept me going because this is what I do for a living. I don't do anything else but play music. So, you know, I devote all my time to play music, and he absolutely kept me going. And it could have been a lot worse on me. It could have been a whole lot worse. Because I've seen a lot of people, even the big guys, the big touring industries. I mean, like the bus companies and the stage management companies and all that just completely shut down, and people out of work. You know, it's been hard. Even like people on Broadway, you know, they weren't allowed, those actors, Broadway actors and stuff, you know, they weren't allowed to do anything. So man, I mean, there's been a lot of people out of work. And like I'm a musician, like what I'm doing, since I'm not signed, obviously, or not famous. If you cancel all these shows and then you go say, if you want to draw unemployment on it, it's not possible because there's no way to, I guess there is a way, but I didn't keep up with everything and every dollar that you made and how much you paid your band and how much you put in fuel and blah, blah, blah. And buying. I didn't keep up with any of that. So there's no possible way I couldn't get any unemployment. So I had to stay pretty busy. So I took every little tiny show that you can imagine. I mean, I've played in stuff that was big, just big enough for like me and my drummer sitting on a cajon, which he'd never played. So he had to buy one because we had to start playing little bitty stuff. And then my bass player, and we're all just sitting there trying to play like this, all scrunched up. Well, we took every show that I could take because couldn't get unemployment. And there was a lot of musicians said, you can't get unemployment, can't get any help. So I took everything I could get, and I still do. I take everything I can get because I found out that I feel like I like doing those little tiny shows better than the bigger ones. I hadn't done that, and I feel like that it's more intimate and it's more laid back. I don't know. I can just connect with the crowd a little easier. When it's a really big, huge show, you don't get to see everybody. I mean, you don't get to meet everybody. But if it's 30 people in a little brewery or whatever, a cafe, you can see everybody. And if you take a break, you can meet everybody in the place. And it's just real laid back. I was like, man, I've been missing all this the whole time. I should have been doing a lot of these little shows too. I really honestly wouldn't book them because I was like, I want to do these big, energetic, ginormous shows, you know, where I can run all over the stage and do all that. But that's all well and good. But there's a lot to be said about these little bitty shows and little bitty brewers. It's a really cool atmosphere, and you meet a lot of nice people that way.
Do you want to play another song, that one song that you wrote, and then
Which one?
It'll wrap the interview up if you
Let's see.
want to play that. What about that one song you said you wrote that was different. You said you wrote song. That song, what was it?
The Caribbean tune.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear that, man. It sounds
You'll
different.
have to.
And then
You gotta
we'll
let
wrap
I gotta
this-
let the amp warm back up.
Yeah,
I shut it off like dummy.
it sounds like a interesting song.
A lot of these songs, I get right in the middle of them when I'm by myself. Now that I've been playing them with the band, I get confused because when it gets to like a lead break, I have to figure out what to do because I've been playing with the band. Because when I first write them, you just strum them out and get the meat and potatoes of it. And then when you go out and play them with the band, you get used to certain things. And like when I was singing it one while ago, I went, wait a minute. I don't have another guitar player here to play these parts. Now what am I going to do? So it makes you work like this when you're by yourself.
Gotta figure out the riff note.
Yeah. Let's see. So I started stealing a lot of Jimi Hendrix stuff and Keith Richards things. I don't know. I just like some of them old chords. I think that's another thing that music's lost is skip technical ability. It's like 3 chords and the truth. That's all they know. G, C, and D or something. So, a lot of the artists have forgotten, how to play their instrument. I'm not that great at it myself, but I try to learn write stuff that's a little bit more complicated than G, C, and D. Anyway, here we go. This one's called Palm. That's a weird title, but I don't know why. But this is what it came to me at, and I left it alone. Because every time I say it, they go, what? And they ask me again. It's called Palm Trees and 80 Degrees. I wanted to see ocean sky, but your blue eyes look to me like the rolling tide. You sand me brush off the sun will wash away. The memories made together keep us close every day. The salt in the air, the wind in your hair, it takes me back to palm trees and 80 degrees. We spend days with the toes stuck in the sands. Most every night, baby, walking the beach, just holding hands. When summer was over and we went our separate ways, all I could think about was how I wish that we would stay. With the salt in the air, the wind in your hair, it takes me back to palm trees and 80 degrees. You got your life, baby, I got mine. The love you made will fill my heart for a long time. If you think of me, I hope a smile crosses your face. When it does, just remember those days. The salt in the air, with your hair, it takes me back to palm trees and 80 degrees. Palm trees and 80 degrees. Something like that.
That was
Except
good, man.
I don't have the keyboard and the other guitar players. So it's all
That
right.
sounds like one I'm going to be playing at our pool parties this summer.
Well, see, I kind of felt like that's what I kind of felt like. I wanted it like a summer based, feel good song, with the a keyboard and a guitar and a guy playing the steel drums. And of course, I don't have anybody that can play the steel drums, so I have to have a keyboardist that can emulate it. But I wanted that summery type song, you know, and something, especially like coastal people can relate to that. Because like I said, I grew up with that, you know, that just felt, you know, I kind of just thought about it. That's how it works, you know. So I wanted something like that. I mean, but you know, like I've told everybody, I told my band, you know, and they was like, well, what if they don't like this or people don't like this? I said, look, not everybody likes the Beatles, including me. I don't like the Beatles, like not even a little bit. So I said, but enough people did like the Beatles and it kept them fed. I said, there's going to be all kinds of people who don't like what I write. I'm all right with that, but I'm still going to write it anyways, you know, because some people might like it. And if one person likes it and it helps them through a bad day, I'm okay. That's all that matters. I'm good with that. But man, it's been fun. I've had a blast. I've done a couple of interviews, several interviews, but this has been really a different kind. Usually it's real, just to the point, and just, I don't know how to explain it. Real robotic.
Yeah.
I like the organic, just laid back, have fun, whatever.
Go with the
I was trying to look at all the stuff you got up on the wall behind you when I first looked there. I saw
yeah.
everybody in the world. Man, that's a lot of memorabilia. Who's the jersey? I can't read it. What's the jersey say?
It's a guy that played for the Tar Heels a few years back, Melvin Scott. He was like a come off the bench kind of player or whatever. And there's a company that, because here in North Carolina there's no like in-person autograph signings or anything like that, and there's a company that was actually doing signings here in North Carolina for a little while, and they had him there, so I went there and met him. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah, see, that's a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't have anything. I have my American flag throw and my amps. So
keep it simple. I love it.
I thought that would have been, when I was sitting there, when he messaged me early wanting to do this interview, I said, I don't have anywhere to do this. So you would have seen me like if you could see the rig that I have got set up right now for like light. And then I had to put all this up, you know, because I was like, I just don't want a plain wall. So here I got, you know, I was like, I'm gonna put my American flag up, and I got my amps set here and whatnot. So what I did, well, I was like, there's not enough light because I was not prepared for an interview tonight. So I have a mic stand sitting like right there, and I've got this clip LED light. I ran all over the house trying to find a way to put this light to make it blow this way. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I remember my mic stand sitting over in the corner. I was like, oh yeah. So I've got it. I'm just telling you, if everybody could see this rig, they would be like, that is absolute true redneck ingenuity. I've got the office mess set up here you ever seen in your life, man. But this has been pretty fun. I'm glad to meet you guys, man. This has been great. Especially another North Carolina feller.
Absolutely.
I catch a lot of crap about that from being here, buddy. You just don't know. They give me, everybody's all UK gung ho, and I'm like, nah, not so much. I mean, I like them both.
Show,
yeah, when I have that, I'll have it posted. When I come over to Hazard to do that show over there, come by.
Yes, sir.
If I can ever get anything down in North Carolina, around Greensboro, or whatever, that'd be good. He'd come see me too. We'd have a blast.
Yeah,
you know, that's another thing with everybody that watches this. Remember this: if you come to see my show, you'll see, guarantee one thing: nobody in my band will be drunk. Nobody in my band will be causing trouble. Nobody in my band will be acting a fool, because that's how I run things. This is a career, and I want to be sober-minded and treat everybody good, and to be able to do a good job. And I can't do that, or my band, if we're laying on our back drunk.
That's true. That's
so,
very
true. I want to be able to do a show, if they was my same show that I do every night. If I thought in my head, I said, what if there was a 5-year-old little girl standing here? Could I do the show that I do and feel comfortable in my heart and within myself if that little girl was watching me? If I can't, I won't do it, because there's always eyes watching you. And if you can't present yourself in a positive way, you know, to be able to perform in front of that 5-year-old little girl and be a good influence to her, you shouldn't be doing it. And that's just the way I feel about it. And I mean, I play in bars and everything, and, you know, that's a vulgar place a lot of times, but that's fine. Everybody out there can be vulgar. I'm up there to do a job, and I'm still going to be that positive light the best I can. I mean, there's always got to be a light in the darkness. So that's what I try to do. That's how I try to run my shows. And I've got a good bunch of guys that, you know, I'll take a shot of Jack Daniels before the show because it helps limber up my throat and things like that and keeps it from getting tight. And the drummer and everybody will have a drink the same thing, you know, because they sing backup. That's it. We'll drink like popping water, you know. So that's, I think that's another thing that a lot of artists have forgotten. They forgot about the showmanship and how to conduct themselves. And I couldn't tell you the people I've seen recently that's pretty big time people, and they're just plowed, man. And they can't even play their instrument and they're just forgetting words. And I'm like, man, I wish I could get the opportunity to do that, you know, be in their shoes. I would not waste it. That's so disheartening though when you see somebody like that. Like I've had some idols, like I used to listen to Guns N' Roses a lot, and I've seen them just completely wasted. And it's just like, man, that's terrible, you know. But I guess whatever. I don't know. I have my own morals and everything. Everybody else can do them. I'm gonna do me.
There you go. There you go. I know from my end, I definitely appreciate taking the time to do this with us and playing for us. And I know from my Facebook page, Chasing the Graph, if there's anything I can do for you going forward, just let me know.
Absolutely.
If you want something, you know, thrown up there and promoted or whatever.
I'll give.
I'm at like
I'll
11, so it's not like 10 million or anything, but I'll do what I can as a token of my appreciation for you, you know, just joining the show with us.
Well, I appreciate you doing the podcast as well, man.
Oh yeah.
And if I can help you in any way, like I said, me and Chasing the Graft is me and him are doing a podcast together, man. It ain't just I'm going to promote Chasing the Graft as well, because Chasing the Graft is part of the team. Chasing the Graft is on the team.
How did you like the interview? Doing the interview with Joe Ted-I? He's a cool dude, isn't he?
Both of us actually interviewed Joe Ted-I.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah.
See, I didn't get to watch the whole interview because I've been running back and forth trying to get my makeshift interview studio ready. But he's a cool guy, man. That Joe Ted-I is.
He's a great guy.
He's real genuine. I like his genuine. He's genuine, you know.
And you can tell send me your link, and I'll put it in the description. That's what I do all the time on these videos with the people. And I'm going to put Chasing the Graft YouTube channel also in the description. And you should definitely subscribe to Chasing the Graft, and you should like Chasing the Graft on Facebook, and you should like Larry Wayne's music page on Facebook. And you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
Yeah, it's really old stuff. And I just put it on there. I actually put it on there because that was before I knew how to save stuff. So I would upload everything to YouTube, and that way I would have it as I actually used it for homework. It's all live stuff, and I'd go back and sit and listen to it and see where I could correct myself and do better. And it's really old stuff, entirely different bands and things like that. But yeah, there is some stuff on there. I look at it and I go, yeah. I'm like, oh wow, that didn't sound so good to me. But you know, I used it for homework is what I did. But there is a YouTube, but I've got Instagram up, Twitter, Facebook, and but I try to keep everything current and up to date on it as what I can. You know, they did some kind of stupid update the other day on Facebook, and it is absolutely, it messed the whole page up. I'd like to never figure out how I can fix it. But anyways, I'll give it a like, Chase's page and stuff like that, and I'll share it too as well for him. And
you can like my page if you want to. It's Seth's Daily Podcast on Facebook.
Okay. Did you send me all this stuff in a message? Yeah. Because I will.
And I will post your YouTube channel and your Facebook page also on the Seth's Daily Podcast. And also, I'm gonna obviously, man, I appreciate Chasing the Graft, like doing this podcast with me. He didn't have to do it. I mean, I appreciate big time Chasing the Graft.
I have another show that I do every Sunday before this one, and it's more of like sports and stuff related. So I've been on my phone for the last about 4 hours now.
God. Oh, wow. He's like, I've got to go to the bathroom. Oh, my goodness. That's what I was thinking about earlier. I was like, I don't know how long this is going to go. I was like, I better go to the bathroom right now. I was like, because I'd be like, wait a minute, I got to go pee, man.
Get it taken care of now.
Right. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, this is pretty fun, man. I've never done an act like a podcast before like this. It's pretty cool.
I
Awesome.
feel like me and Chasing the Graft is going to end up blowing up on YouTube and stuff, man. Because Chasing the Graft has a great podcast, and my podcast is decent.
I really hope so, man. I'd like to just be like scrolling and be like, hey, I know those guys. Or wait a minute, I sort of know those guys.
That's how I feel with you. When I
Yeah,
when I see you on the CMT Hot 20 countdown on Saturday mornings, I'm gonna be like, I know that guy.
Well, that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't know how. If I woke up one day and that happened, I would probably I'd have to go to the ER. I'd probably have a heart attack. But it's I don't know. I would like to make plenty of money to take care of my family and whatnot and my friends and my band. But the big part of it is the music. I just want to play music until the Lord calls me home. I just want to play music and help other people because I don't know. That's all I've ever wanted to do. I remember standing watching that record spin when I was a little kid. And I knew, I told my mom, and she'll tell you this day, she's still alive. She said, I told her then, that's what I want to do. I was like 4. She said, and that's what I want to do is play music. And I didn't know what money was then. I just knew I wanted to sing. And it's brought me through a whole lot, just me singing. I can have the worst day. I found that it's entirely physically impossible to sit and play music and think about something else. You can't because your brain has to be on what you're doing. So that's been my way of dealing with a lot of stress and a lot of aggravations and terrible days. My music has just helped me a bunch. And I thought about it one time when I wanted to start writing. I said, man, if it does that for me, what about if I can write stuff to do it for somebody else and maybe to help them? So that's one of the reasons I started writing, just want to see somebody smile or make them cry, something, an emotion, So I don't know.
That guy go sit in the truck and cry by himself.
I'm telling you, I've seen it because I've been that guy. It's like, I ain't crying. That don't bother me. I ain't listening to mushy stuff and then go outside and sit in the truck and cry for 30 minutes like a little lady. But that's okay. I mean, that's okay. It's kind of weird that we're conditioned to be that way though as men. It's, it shouldn't be that way really because, I know men's got to be men and whatnot, and women's got to be women, but at the same time, men should be able to show their soft side because I know it shows a vulnerability, but at the same time, it shows love. You got to be able to show love. You have to, or I feel like you should, anyways.
Oh no, I personally agree with that 100% because we were just sitting in here the other night. We were watching Grey's Anatomy and it was the season finale, and I'm not going to give any spoilers out there, but one of they killed off one of the main characters, and me and my wife both were just sitting on the couch just crying, and I'm looking at her like, why would they write this show like this? Like, why are they such terrible people?
I was watching a series. What is that series called? I got hooked on this crazy series called Reign, and it's about the Queen Mary. She was the Queen of the Scots and King Francis and all this. It's a big old medieval series. For whatever reason, I got hooked on this here the other day. And I was sitting there minding my business, watching this, and everything's all hunky-dory. And it come to this really bad. It was so sad, this terrible part. And I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm like, I need to quit watching this. I was about choked up. I was like, what the heck, man? I was like, I feel like I need to go out and like take a stick and beat a tree or something to feel manly again.
Go chop down the tree with your bare hands.
Right? I was like, yeah, that's how I was like, wow, but we do. We're conditioned to be tough and all this other stuff. But if they want to listen to my songs and go cry in the truck, that's okay with me.
That's awesome. Well, I'm definitely appreciative to have you on. I enjoy the music, and I look forward to the things you got coming up. And if you ever get a show in North Carolina, I mean, I'm there for sure.
Man, I'd love to. But if you've got some venues around you, hook me up. I'll come right down. I don't care. Hey, listen, I drove 15 hours to play in Missouri. We didn't make a lot of money, but I went anyways. They were like, hey, you want to come play? I was like, sure do. I'm on my way. That's the whole point. I don't care to go anywhere and play.
That I could work with, and I'll reach out to them and see what their interests are, and I'll send you a message. Definitely.
Absolutely. We'll come. We'll get down. They ain't ready for it. I'm telling you. I mean, because I may start out with George Strait and I'll end the night with Hendrix and Prince. I mean, it's just, that's how it is. I do everything, and, I'll do my material. And then like last night we did that show and I was doing my material, and then this hit me. I was like, you know what? I'm doing Foxy Lady by Hendrix, and just took off, started playing Hendrix. The crowd don't know how to deal with that, because here you are with this big cowboy hat on. I was raised on a farm and whatnot, and I like cattle and horses. And then they're stereotyping you, obviously. And here you are, you play in this country, and all of a sudden you take off with some Hendrix or Prince. It just kind of and they're already about half drunk. So their brain it takes forever for that brain to start working. And then they finally go, oh, okay. It's fun. But well, anyways, guys, I'll let you get off here, and I'm gonna find me something to drink and maybe a snack before bed.
There you go. I'm gonna hit the shower and call it a night myself.
Right. Hey,
Guys,
thank you guys
you have a good day, and you have a good night. God bless, man.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you guys for having me on, and happy Easter again.
Happy Easter.
And y'all send me the links to everything, and I'll like and share and do what I need to do on this end. Okay.
Upload the video tonight, actually.
Okay. Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, brother. It was nice to meet both of you guys. Peace, man.
You too.
Good night, man.
All righty. What do I do? I don't know what to do.
Red button.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, leave me.
That went really.
What'd you say, man?
That went really good. I liked it. I've seen the video you posted of him, but I really liked it.
Yeah, man, that was a great interview, man. This is actually recording right now.
Oh, I didn't know it was still recording. That's funny.
Yeah. This has been Seth's Daily Podcast with Chasing the Graph. We'll come up with the name hopefully by next week. And I don't know why it's on Chasing the Graph while I'm talking, but it's funny. He's just like, I want to thank you guys for subscribing. You guys should definitely subscribe to Chasing the Graph on YouTube. The link will be in the description. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.